much for having me. Thank you.
Okay, so let's head straight to these matters now.
Sure.
You have consistently talked about VDM for quite a long time, yet it's refusing to address you on the matter. Is this afraid of you or something? Why do you think it doesn't want to talk to you?
Okay, can I be honest?
Yeah.
We're on national TV. Thank you for the honor and privilege to be here. I actually want to say the truth. I was the one who set a trap for Very Dark Man.
Okay.
Using Nedu. You see, this whole thing you are looking at, on social media was planned.
Okay.
Okay.
Planned by who? You?
Planned, yeah. I planned it alone.
Alone.
That's yeah, but Nedu did not know. I used Nedu to get Very Dark Man. Because I know that if I was saying it on TikTok, on Instagram, they will say, oh, this guy is looking for money from this platform.
Media.
So I needed a platform where I would be able to test, because for 18 months, I've been studying this guy. I wanted to know, is this guy real? Or does he just jump into conclusions and manipulate Nigerians?
So do you have the answer to your question?
It is clear.
That he is real or not real?
So some things, because I'm not going to totally, but some things he actually gets it right. But most of the times, he jumps into conclusion and then manipulates everybody. And this is a clear example. Even Nedu will be shocked, because I know that if I told Nedu will tell him because he's his friend.
Okay.
Do you understand? And that's why I felt bad and I started appealing to people that please don't let Nedu lose his job, because I was the one that planned everything. I used Nedu as the snail, as the this thing to get the fish.
The hook to get the fish.
The hook to get the fish, rather. Do you understand? And it worked perfectly. And you can see Very Dark Man doing a lot of videos accusing this person. He had, accused that young lady.
Jojo of Lagos.
Yeah, for nothing. And
yes, I accused Seda Borja as well, and she has come out consistently.
So look at the pattern. I knew that if I was saying this on social media, it won't really get that weight. And look at it today. Everybody, Nigerians can see that this guy is not totally, he has his good side, but most of the times he jumps to the conclusion. And a clear example is what happened to Access Bank. He came and they were showing documents to Nigerians. Look at this. Access Bank took 500 million. They embezzled this thing. All of a sudden, we didn't hear anything. Till today, there's no proper apology to Access Bank. Another clear example was Zenith Bank. We paid money into Zenith Bank, and then it was even that prank that made me say, you know what, I need to set a trap for this guy. And he entered the trap.
But looking at what has happened, Nedu finally, or rather leaving the Honest Budget podcast, do you regret the decision to set the trap?
Well, I did not know that Nedu was going to lose his job, and I feel really bad.
Okay, so he lost his job.
We paid money into Zenith Bank, and then it was even that prank that made me say, you know what, I need to set a trap for this guy. And he entered the trap.
But looking at what has happened, Nedu finally, or rather leaving the Honest Budget podcast, do you regret the decision to set the trap?
Well, I did not know that Nedu was going to lose his job, and I feel really bad.
Okay, so he lost his job. He did not resign.
Well, not lose his job, but he doesn't have that job anymore. That's what I'm saying. Okay. For now, pending the whole. I did not know that was going to happen. But what is, and I'm really sorry about that. But what is important is we need to stop people from coming on social media without proper proof. This is somebody that I really like. Look at. I have proof here about, how many months I've been donating money to the NGO. This is one. This is two. Please, can you the name on it, please, so that people will not say.
Recipient details: Martins, Vincent, Otse, Initiative.
Exactly. Look at documents.
Okay.
Look at evidence for. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, yes. It was in the course of this investigation that I now started figuring out some things. First of all, he's attracted to men, and I knew that if I say that on that podcast, it will spark a lot of...
Is it about his sexuality? Is that really true?
Very true. He knows it.
Do you have evidence for that?
He is my proof, because he has said it. He has owned up to it.
It's one thing for someone to say something. It's another thing for someone to say with proof.
So if somebody says something, it is as good as a confession, and it is as you can use that in court. Let him sue me if he thinks I'm lying. And for me, this is about correcting the wrong narrative, coming on social media without concrete proof, just talking anyhow, disrespecting people. He actually thinks that people are backing me up. To be honest, I planned this thing. I was the one who thought about this whole plan. I said, okay, let me set this trap. And, he thinks it's, maybe I'm backed up by Mr. Falano, SAN, and, these are, and then he comes online to say things like this. No proof. So, he has made a couple of mistakes, and this is for correction. We're not trying to bring anybody down. And that's why when people say, oh, bring out proof, I am not blackmailing him. That's what people should know. Okay. When you bring proof out, when you begin to, that is blackmail. Now, he has come online to make a lot of mistakes. First of all, you sleep with 300 and whatever women in a year. You know, you brag about having relationships with men, which is wrong in Nigeria. So, I mean, the good work he wants to do with the NGO, which is wrong in Nigeria. So, I mean, the good work he wants to do with the NGO, which he has not started, and we're already seeing him on private jets. So these are little mistakes he needs to correct. Now, I have been able to draft a letter to the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Alausa. He's going to get this any moment from, I mean, we're going to send this to his office, you know. Very dark man needs to sign before he gets close to our children. You cannot be careless with statements. You cannot be saying things about, you know, your sexual urges. You know, I don't want to use some, you know, but he's very, very vulgar. You know, so we can't have that kind of character get close to our children, because many of these people love him. Many of these children love him. Look at the video where he went to one school and very dark man, we love you. Those people will go to their houses and then they will watch videos of him saying that he has relationships with men and he has relationships with so number of women, because he does the two, you know. So these are things that he needs to correct, and he needs to be, you know, Deji Adeyanju is a very, in fact, I'm wondering why Deji has not called him to order, because some of the things that Deji sees that very dark man does, he cannot do it. Even if you give Deji 100 million naira, he will not make such mistakes.
Do you think very dark man is taking advantage of the law? Because recently he also talked about the fact that EFCC are scared of him and they cannot arrest him.
So these are the manipulations we're talking about. EFCC cannot be scared of very dark man. But, you know, another advantage that I had was his fan base, the Rattles. Yeah. Those people exposed him because they push him. Anything he says, so he's distracted with the whole, oh, we love you, keep doing you, our president. He's not, you know what I'm saying? So it made it very easy for me to ride on, you know, the investigation. It took about 18 months of hard work. And for the past 6 months, I barely sleep. You can see on my social media, I'm always talking. I knew that if I keep talking like that, you know, and I did a video saying I want to meet Nedu, I knew that Nedu would be interested. And then that was how I was able to expose him to Nigeria. So Nigerians can see now that this guy does not do thorough investigation. This is the correct Nigeria. So Nigerians can see now that this guy does not do thorough investigation. This is the correct.
I like what you said, that EFCC doesn't seem to be, or rather maybe the EFCC is not afraid of him.
Of anybody.
Of anybody. I want to ask, is he afraid of you? Because he has not responded to any of your allegations, but rather he was, I mean,
goes around,
talking about
different
Nedu,
corners.
Yes. Talking about Nedu and calling him out, and everything he has said has been about Nedu, but nothing about you. Is he afraid of you?
Well, he knows that I'm the only person in Nigeria. He doesn't understand how I get these facts. Do you understand? So, well, it can be classified as fear. Do you understand? Because, of course, you know that, and that's why he left me and went for Nedu.
But why do you think he went for Nedu?
Because I planned it like that. I knew that they had some form of, I've seen videos previously that these people are close. Do you understand? If I had told Nedu about this plan, about talking about some things, he won't let me on that platform. So I just made it look like I just wanted to, you know, I just told him one thing. I said, I'm prepared. Any question you want to ask. He did not know what I was going to say. So on that podcast, he was shocked. Nedu was trying to stop me from, in fact, they did not allow me to say a couple of things. For instance, Don Jazzy donating 100 million naira to very dark man's NGO. It's a good thing to donate. But at that time when you have not seen what this guy is capable of doing, and you can see now for 6 months he has done nothing. You came online to beg people for money.
So the renovation he did in his school recently, is that a part of the NGO money?
If you look at that video and you listen to it, he said that this is not NGO money, this is my money. So I mean, this is another question people need to ask. You did not have money before, and all of a sudden people donated over 200 million naira, and then you suddenly have money. These are the little things that you need to clear.
So what do you think? How do you think he funds his lifestyle?
Well, I'm not going to categorize, I'm not going to say a couple of things, but you can see him on private jets, you can see that he has relationships with some, you know,
celebrities?
Not celebrities, there are some. I mean, I don't want to say some things, but it's going to be a very long season. We're going to expose a lot of things, not to condemn him, but to correct him. Now, another very important thing is, when people say bring evidence, show evidence, you have to be very careful. It can be classified as blackmail, number one. Number two, there was an incident, I think it was last year, where somebody in Abuja came out as a cross-dresser. Yeah, you know the person.
the person.
And you know, it was just on a podcast. There was no evidence to that. But today that person is no more alive. That person was, you know, taken out in the same Abuja. So if I do that, and God forbid something happens to, do you understand? It will come back to. So we have to really, really look at the big picture here. The most important thing is, Very Dark Man needs to understand that he needs to be more responsible.
Will you continue to monitor the NGO?
Yes, that's what he said. He said Nigerians monitor this thing.
What will stop you from monitoring the NGOs?
Except Very Dark Man comes and says, Nigerians, don't monitor this NGO again. But as long as he does not say that, it is our responsibility to make sure that he is a responsible person.
How did you find out that he got 20? You gave an allegation that he took 20 million to get a Range Rover, and you think it's from the NGO's money?
So, if you notice, that statement was made after the prank, after he made one. So he decided to prank Nigerians, and I decided also in my own way. So you see, these are things that I've planned. I knew that if I talk about these kind of things, it will push him to react. And, you know, just like we predicted, because it's not just me. I have a friend that we work tirelessly on this project. It's very, very important. Someone that has access to millions of people needs to be very, very responsible.
But why? Why VDM?
Sorry?
But why VDM?
Well, he said we should monitor him. Nobody has come out to say, monitor me.
Okay.
Now, if you want to see proof, let me show you something. Just for your eyes, right? This is Very Dark Man's chat with Nedu.
Okay.
You can look at this. In this chat, in fact, there's another thing that if you see there, you will see what I'm talking about. You will see the proof that I'm talking about. In that chat, you know, this was the same person talking to Nedu and saying, oh, you are doing a great job. I would like to do this in Abuja and everything, you know. But you're coming online to deceive people and discredit the same platform that you desperately wanted to be on. Look at it. That's Very Dark Man there.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm also concerned about this thing about his sexuality.
Yes.
You claim that you have proof.
Yes.
Where is the proof?